Whatever it takes, I know I can make it through. A Degrassi podcast with Kelsey and Holland too. I know I can make it through.
Hi, and welcome to Whatever It Takes, a podcast about Degrassi, the Next Generation. I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Holland. And today we have a special guest joining us.
Yay!
Cody is back.
Yes, hi, I'm here.
Welcome back. You haven't been on the show in a really long time, I feel like.
I was on last season.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what graduation. Apparently I'm just going to be here for graduation.
Oh, yeah, you're just here for our graduation eps now, I guess.
Yeah, that's a thing I do now.
So Kody Keplinger is here with us today, and we are going to be talking about Season 9, Episodes 20 through 23, Degrassi Takes Manhattan, the movie.
The bananas shit show that was so fun and so crazy. I screamed. I watched the first half of the episode on Thursday night, and then I was like, oh, I'm tired. And then I went to sleep, and I watched the second half of the episode last night, and I spent the entire time screaming. So I've seen this before. I watched this the first time, or I watched the second half of it the first time a few years ago, right after I left college. I just moved to New York City, and I had Teen Nick on because I saw Degrassi was on. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on in Degrassi now. I haven't watched this in a couple of years. And it was the end of this movie, and I remember that was the first time I ever heard about the Spinner Emma thing. And I was like, what is happening? Who are these people? I didn't know Jane. I didn't know any of them because I had dropped off before that. And then I ended up catching back up and then doing a massive rewatch a couple years ago of like everything that had happened so far. And then I got to this movie and I'm like, nope, not less weird. It doesn't make better sense with context. It's really bananas.
It just comes out of nowhere.
Just the whole damn thing.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Oh my god. We start out with a montage and Jane is singing over the montage, and all of the members of Janie and the Studs featuring Peter Stone are like running out of the halls like outside.
Are we skipping the summary?
Oh, it's so long. I was hoping you wouldn't notice.
We have a formula, Kelsey.
I'm looking at it. I was about to say, I feel like something is missing here. I'm looking at it, and it's a paragraph. All right, let's do this. It's a 2-hour movie. Yeah. Fine. Also, it just says, the end of the school year and graduation arrives, but gets off to a rocky start when Spinner finds out Jane cheated on him with Declan, and the dot goes up in flames. Sentence. All right. I mean, to be fair, those things did happen back to back. They did, but there wasn't even a comma. I don't know. Jane is invited to live in the penthouse suite in Manhattan with Holly J, Declan, and his sister Fiona, and gets invited to front an indie band. I'm slightly offended that Fiona still has to have and his sister, considering she's been on the show just as long as he has. But she's autonomous, but also like I'm inserting commas where commas aren't, so I'm here for all of it. All right. Holly J is about to start her internship at TVM and also finds out that Fiona will be interning there as a result of her jealousy to Holly J's time with Declan.
Jesus Christ.
But who fucking wrote this? All right. In an attempt to cheer up Spinner, Emma, Manny, and Jay kidnap him, in quotes, and take him to a casino hotel in Niagara Falls. After a drunken night, Emma and Spinner find themselves married and try to navigate their muddied feelings for each other.
I think it says muddled.
It does. I just can't see. I mean, they both work. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what happens.
It is indeed what happens. From start to finish. It's the last appearance of several people, I think.
Here, I can list all of them. Final appearances of Miss Hatzilakos, Jay Hogarth, Christine Nelson, Emma Nelson, Manny Santos, Danny Van Zant, Liberty Van Zant, and Jane Vaughn. So we're losing a lot of people.
Now, we're going to be doing a lot of eulogizing. Emma and Liberty do come back in next class for that reunion. Yeah, we haven't been doing that, though, because, like, the same thing with Craig and, Marco and stuff. It's
their last next-gen appearance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it is a goodbye to a lot of people.
I already miss Jay. I'm already sad about it.
Really bummed out about it.
And Jay does not come back in next class. And
No.
at least not yet, and I'm still hoping for it.
Well, Manny hasn't come back either, so.
No. And I'm like, come on, Cassie.
Maybe
Steele.
they're both just still, like, married in LA or something in Degrassi universe. I don't know.
That's all I want.
That's what I choose to believe. Well, no, we know Manny was... She didn't appear, but we know she was, like, the character was supposedly at the reunion because her performance got cut because it was depressing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a joke in there. And I'm like, you make a joke about Manny being here, but the actress is not here, and it's really sad.
Oh.
But they don't mention Jay, which upsets me.
Guess we'll have to just see. But yeah. Oh, but the episode, so it's Degrassi Takes Manhattan. Apparently it airs as The Rest of My Life in syndication. I could not find a song associated with that, so I'm not doing the thing.
That's fine. Jane sings over a montage, guys.
So my first note that I wrote down is, who actually does real work on the last day of school? Because the teacher's, like, expecting them to answer questions and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, we were just watching movies on the last day of school. The teachers expected nothing out of us.
Yeah. No.
No. Zero. Oh, they are, like, playing games and stuff. It's not, like, legit, but they are, like...
Yeah, I think they were playing, like, some kind of Jeopardy game, but still.
Yeah, it's still, I was just like, we didn't do this. We mostly just signed yearbooks and watched movies.
And then school lets out and everyone comes running out, and suddenly Janie and the Studs featuring Peter Stone, I am always going to say the full name, are playing on, like, a stage, and there's, like, beach balls being thrown around.
Where
organized
are they?
this? They're just outside the school. Who organized this? Who, like, got the stage? Who... Like, just, there's so much setup involved, and it seems like they were all pulled out, like, 30 seconds before they were meant to go on. So who is organizing this?
I mean, so we didn't really do it in high school, but in, like, elementary and middle school, on our last day, we would have what was called field day, where we just all go out onto the lawn, and, like, there were games, and, like, stuff was happening. We never had a musical performance, because we didn't have really any bands that the school would deem appropriate. But... Like, it kind of reminded me of something like that, except that was during school hours. This appears to be after school. And I'm like, first off, who on the last day of school sticks around after school, even if there is a concert happening?
I'm like, no, I'm going home by summertime.
See you later, Janie and the Studs featuring Peter Stone.
Maybe it is during school. Who knows? Maybe it's, like, during lunch. I don't know.
One of my other notes here, so I was telling Kelsey and Holland before we started, a lot of my notes that I wrote down on the other night are about the music. But one of my notes is, for a girl that's kind of got an alternative, like, punk goth edge with her fashion, Jane's music is extremely pop.
Yeah.
Like, the song they do, it's, like, called The Great Escape or something that they're doing. It's not even punk pop. It's just straight up, like, bubbly pop. And
totally.
I'm very confused by it, because, like, Stoods was not even that poppy. And, like, is this Jane's choice? Like, what? I don't understand. I'm like, this doesn't sync with the character they've told me Jane is.
I blame their trip to California.
Oh my gosh.
I also think it's like, the actress can only sing like this, and we're just gonna go with that.
Well, that's not the end of my music notes. We'll talk about Flashing Midnight later.
Oh God. But then we were with Holly, Jane, Declan, and they're like, woohoo, we're going to New York this summer. And I think Declan is like, sweltering, super crowded, spontaneous summer. Yay, we're living 8 blocks away from TVM.
Which
That's
I wrote.
like, it's MTV.
Which, lol.
Also, I know where Viacom is, and there isn't, like, anything within 8 blocks of there that, like, is, like, a livable space for rich people.
Okay,
Yeah.
but this...
Especially because it looks like it's in Times Square. Like, it's trying to be TRL.
It's clearly trying to be TRL, which TRL was, if not, like, officially over by then, was on its deathbed by the time this aired, which I find fascinating.
Although we're bringing it back now,
I
find confusing.
I'm actually okay with bringing it back. I feel like now we're in an era where people want to, like, have nostalgia for the 90s.
Yeah.
But anyway, but in this point of the 2000s, it was, like, on its deathbed. Like, it officially died around this time.
Yeah, probably.
But... Also, I have a lot of thoughts on this movie's version of what New York is like.
Same, though.
But Declan also refers to this as their, quote, summer of love.
Right.
To which I wrote, who says that? Come on, Declan, we're all rooting for you.
That's hilarious.
But then we're really quick with Allie and Claire. And I think Claire, like, says bye to Declan, and it's awkward.
He calls her Prop Master Claire, which I find weirdly endearing.
Yeah, and then Allie is like has all of her locker clothing stash that she has to now sneak back into her house, which I thought was funny.
I just want to say that I'm really happy you guys love Allie because I love Allie.
Allie's great.
Love Allie. Allie forever.
Allie has a really, like, having seen all of this, Allie has a really great character arc while still remaining extremely Allie. And I love her. Her and Claire's friendship is, like, one of my favorite things, like, that Degrassi ever did. Like, I actually think that they are an improved version of Emma and Manny. Like, Emma and Manny...
I can see that.
Emma and Manny, like, had a good friendship, but they were frenemies quite often. And, like, I don't know, like, their friendship was so rocky. Totally. And Allie and Claire have a rocky friendship in a way that feels more natural to me. I just, oh my God, I love Allie and Claire.
That's like one of the things that is going to help get me through to this next season is more Allie and Claire.
Well, and Holly J is still around next season.
And Holly J and Declan are still here, right?
Okay, so I'm confused by this. I don't remember when Declan, like they said Declan's going to another school next year at the beginning of this movie.
Well, Fiona and Declan technically are still living in New York.
Yeah, so
they have to come back, right?
They do. I know Fiona for sure does. I know at some point Declan, like, leaves for a time, but I don't remember when. But anyway, point being, a lot of the characters you've kind of gotten used to are still here. And this is the point when I had officially, like, turned on Holly J and, like, went from ugh to, oh yeah, I really like her.
Yeah, I like her now. I hated her at first, but she's fine now. Oh yeah, but then we get like the Broadway marquee title card of like Degrassi Takes Manhattan. And also we learn that Danny is going to Cornell and Jane is the valedictorian somehow.
Okay, I found that confusing. Have we ever had any hints that Jane is like valedictorian type?
No, not even a teeny tiny bit.
Okay,
Nope.
I'm like Danny would make more sense.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, I don't know. Also, this is when I realized that Sav is still a junior. I might have known that already, but it became apparent.
Yeah, I don't know why. I've always been confused why Jane hangs out with Sav, Holly J, and like that crew, like, and has since she was introduced, because apparently she's a senior, and Sav and Holly J and like most of their friends were juniors.
Yeah, but like Danny and Sav were like besties, but
yeah.
I don't know.
We didn't have this much crossover with other grades when I was in high school. Like, we hung out with them in, like, I will pause for my dog to interrupt. Corey.
Okay, so I'm very unclear on everyone's ages all the time. I can't keep track of it. I keep getting confused.
So one of the reasons you get confused is because they kind of retconned. So in the originally... Holly J was supposed to be, like, basically our age. Like, she was supposed to be born in 91, essentially. So she would have graduated in 09. But they decided to extend the seasons to cover multiple semesters. So they had direct con, so now she's class of 11, I think. Anyway, so that's one reason that the ages get messed up, because it's like, wait...
Yeah, the double semester thing kind of did that.
And then the other thing is that, like, people in this show date people quite a bit younger than them frequently. Like, the fact that Peter is a year younger than Emma will never stop blowing my mind, because, like, that just didn't happen when I was in school. You didn't really date... Yeah. The girls maybe dated guys that were a year older, but girls never dated guys a year younger, because we just found them mostly to be immature babies.
You're in high school, and a year makes a huge difference.
It really... Especially, like... girls typically mature a little bit faster.
Definitely.
So, like, I remember when I was a senior thinking junior boys were, like, babies.
Yeah. Although, I do remember when I was a senior, there was this one girl who dated a sophomore, which I thought was really weird. Mostly because my younger sister was a sophomore, and seeing any of the boys that she hung out with, I was like, nope. What? No. What?
I knew guys who dated younger. Like, when I was a senior, a friend of mine who was a dude dated a sophomore girl. And we still gave him, like, shit about it all the time. But, like, that made a little more sense. I don't know.
A little more sense, but it's still weird.
We still, like I said, we gave him shit for it all the time.
When I was a junior, one of the guys in, like, my friend group was dating an 8th grader, which was gross.
Okay, no, that's inappropriate. That goes from being, like, a little weird to possibly illegal.
Like, if it were a year later, then it'd be senior freshman, but still weird.
Something about it being 8th grade is weird.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's different when they're in middle school.
No. Although when I was in middle school, I dated a freshman in high school, but it was only like...
That's different. That's 1 year. That happened a lot when I was in school.
Yeah.
But... not older than that.
Yeah. I never dated younger, but my friend, when I was a freshman in college and she was the same age as me, was dating a high school sophomore.
Oh, that's weird.
That's really uncomfortable.
We gave her a lot of shit. Well, I